Hello everyone. In this video we'll explain one more problem on projection of solids. So the question is given here. I suggest you to go through my previous video on projection of solids before watching this video. All the introduction parts are explained in that previous video. So your question is as follow. A square prism of 35 mm base dimension and 60 mm axis height is resting on HP on one of its corners of base such that two base edges containing the resting corner makes equal inclination with HP. Draw the projections of prism when axis of prism is inclined to HP at 40 degree and appears to be inclined to VP at 45 degree. So during previous problem I told you whenever question is given, first identify which is the given object, identify dimensions of that object, then identify whether to start from edge condition or corner condition. So these three details will be given in the first sentence of the question. So if you go through this first sentence, object is given, identify whether given object is a prism or pyramid. So here it is clearly mentioned a square prism of 35 mm dimension. So given object is square prism, base dimension is 35 mm, its height is 60 mm. And in the same sentence it is given that it is resting on HP on one of its corners of base. Here the object is resting on one of its corners of base. So in first step we have to start from corner condition. So remember, first step square prism, start from corner condition. After that identify what is the inclination with respect to HP and also what is the inclination with respect to VP. So here inclination with respect to HP is needed for second step and inclination with respect to VP is needed for third step. So here it's given that axis of prism is inclined to HP at 40 degree. So axis is making 40 degree with respect to HP and the same axis appears to be inclined to VP at 45 degree. That means axis is making 45 degree with respect to VP. So in next video we'll explain how to solve this problem.
Since this square prism is resting on one of its corners, we have to keep this object like this. I am keeping this square prism in corner condition. So I told you in my previous video, if the prism is resting on one of its edges, we have to start from edge condition, and if it is resting in one of its corner, we have to start from corner condition. So in first step, we'll construct top view below XY line in HP. Since the prism is resting on one of its corner, we have to keep this object in corner condition. And you know how to name this object. Always top corners will be A, B, C and D. Exactly below A you will be having A1. Exactly below B you will be having B1. Below point C you will be having C1. And below point D you will be having point D1. So when you observe from top side, out of A and A1, A is visible. This A point is nearer to observer, this is visible. A1 is away from observer, this is not visible. So the point which is visible, I will write it outside bracket, and the point which is not visible, will write it inside bracket. So here out of A and A1, A1 is hidden, so we'll write inside bracket, A outside bracket. Similarly here top corner is B, which is visible, so outside bracket. Bottom corner is B1, we'll write it inside bracket. Here out of C and C1, C1 will be inside bracket. Here out of D and D1, D1 is bottom corner, so we'll write D1 inside bracket. Locate midpoint. Draw two diagonals. The intersection point will be midpoint. And in front view, since the object is kept in corner condition, So this will be the position of object in front view. You can see total 3 edges here. One rightmost edge, middle one vertical edge, and one leftmost edge. So if the object is kept in corner condition, you can see total 3 edges. But if the object is kept in edge condition, you can see one rectangular face. So this is the difference between front view if the object is kept in corner condition and if the object is kept in edge condition. So since the object is kept in corner condition, this is the leftmost edge, rightmost edge, and exactly at middle you can see one more vertical edge. So that vertical edge will indicate here. And coming to naming, so from this corner we'll project one vertical line. Since it is bottom corner, we'll mark it as B1 dash. Top corner will be B. From D1 we'll project one more vertical line. Bottom corner will be D1 dash. Top corner will be D. And here from these two corners we'll project one line, and these two lines will overlap each other. So this point, it is C1 dash, A1 dash, and also O1 dash. Since it is bottom corner, we have to write prefix 1. So A1 dash, C1 dash, and O1 dash. But out of these 3 letters, identify which letter you have to write outside bracket and which one inside bracket. So when you observe from here, we have to observe from bottom side. When you observe from here, out of these 3 letters, A1 is nearer to observer, other 2 letters are away from observer. So the letter or the corner which is nearer to observer will be visible, whereas other 2 letters or other 2 corners will be not visible. So the corners which is not visible, will write it inside bracket. Similarly, this point, it represents A dash, O dash, and C dash. Here A is nearer to observer, other 2 points away from observer, so we'll write it inside bracket. Indicate all the dimensions, height of this prism, and also base dimension is 35 according to given question. Moving on to second step. So I told you in second step we have to consider inclination with respect to HP always. So this is the position of object after completing first step. In second step, same object we have to rotate with respect to HP. So this will be the position of object after completing second step. So according to given question, it is given that axis is making 40 degree with respect to HP. But I told you before going for second step, identify what is this inclination. So that will be 90 minus inclination with HP. So you will get this angle as 50 degree. Locate one point on XY line. Draw one line inclined at 50 degree. After that, this entire diagram you have to copy from first step to second step. Measure this dimension. Mark point B1. After locating these 2 points, then mark remaining 2 points, complete entire rectangle, and locate axis line also here. So copy this diagram from first step to second step. So here in primer book, so actually while copying this image from first step to second step, if it is kept in edge condition or corner condition, while copying this from first step to second step, you can rotate it either towards your left or else towards your right. Both answers are correct. So here I am rotating it towards your right, towards your left side. I think in a primer book the objects are rotated to your right side. You can follow any one method. Then moving on to second step, second top view. So I told you in my previous video, after copying this image from first step to second step, you have to project vertical lines from every corners. Similarly, you have to project horizontal lines from every corners. Locate different points. So we'll locate total 10 points here, starting from A, B, C, D, A1, B1, C1, D1, O and O1. We'll explain just one point how to locate it. We'll explain point A. So identify where exactly A is present here. A is here. So this is the vertical line from A. This is the horizontal line from A. These two will intersect here. So this is point A. Similarly, locate remaining 9 points. And we'll tell you how to complete this top view. We have to follow same procedure. First, consider all outermost points. Connect these outermost points using thick continuous line. Do not concentrate on inner points right now. First, concentrate only on outermost points. Connect using thick continuous line. Then concentrate on inner points. We'll start with point B. And I told you, in case of any prisms, there will be 3 lines from every corners. So there should be 3 lines from point B. Which are the 3 lines? To identify which are the 3 lines, refer this diagram. Point B is here. So one line from C to B, one from A to B, and last one from B to B1. So one line should be from C to B, A to B, B to B1. Then identify whether these 3 lines should be dotted or continuous. So to identify that, observe this object from top side. So you should identify whether this B point is above axis line or below axis line. You can also explain it like whether this B point is nearer to observer or away from observer. If it is nearer to observer or if it is above axis line, this point will be visible. So all the 3 lines which comes to B dash will be dotted. So B dash will be continuous. So here 3 lines, one from C to B, A to B, and B to B1. All 3 lines will be thick continuous. So that completes B point. I'm having 3 lines. If you consider point A, 1, 2, 3. There are 3 lines, so its work is complete. If you consider C point, again there are 1, 2, 3 lines, so its work is complete. But if you consider point D, there are only 2 lines, so one line is pending. So the pending line will be one line from D to C. You have line from D to C. Second from D to A. You have line from D to A. Last one D to D1. So D to D1 line is pending. So to identify whether this line has to be dotted or continuous, again you have to observe from top side. Identify where exactly point D1 is located. Identify whether D1 is below axis line or above axis line, or whether it is away from observer or nearer to observer. Here D1 point is away from observer or it is below axis line. You can follow any one method. Since it is away from observer, this is hidden point and all 3 lines should be dotted. Therefore, 3 lines are D1 to C1, D1 to A1, D to D1. All 3 lines will be dotted. So I'm drawing one line from D to D1 to C1 dotted, D1 to A1 dotted, D to D1 dotted. So that completes 3 lines from D1. So if you check A1 point, this is not A1. If you check A1 point, there are 1, 2, 3 lines from A1, so its work is complete. 3 lines from B1, its work is complete. 1, 2 and 3. 3 lines from C1, so its work is complete. So moving on to third and final step. In third step, you should identify what is the inclination with respect to VP. So according to given question, it's given that axis is making 45 degree with respect to VP. So here axis is O2, O1. So you have to copy this image from second step to third step. But while copying this image from second step to third step, this axis line should be making an angle of 45 degree with respect to VP. So first draw one line inclined at 45 degree. Copy this entire image from second step to third step. But while copying, this O01 should be on 45 degree. This is because according to given question, axis is making 45 degree with respect to VP. And moving on to final step, locate vertical lines from all the corners. Locate horizontal lines from all the corners. After drawing horizontal lines from all the corners, locate different points. You'll be having total 10 points in square prism. So to locate these points, we'll explain just one point. Vertical line from A, horizontal line from A. These two will intersect here. So this will be point A dash. And to complete this final diagram, you have to follow same procedure which I followed in step number 2. First, consider all outermost points and connect these outermost points using thick continuous lines. So we'll draw one thick continuous line from D1 to C1 dash, C1 dash to B1 dash, and you will be confused whether this C dash point is outside point or this is inner point. So if you are getting confused whether this is outside point or inside point, you connect B1 to B. So when you connect B1 to B, this C point it lies slightly inside. So it can be treated like C dash is inner point. You can get a better picture when you draw this in your graph sheet. So since C dash is inner point, we'll not concentrate on C dash now. We'll connect B to B1 using a thick continuous line. This is C dash, it's an inner point. A dash is outer point. So connect A dash to B dash. D dash is outer. So A dash to D dash connect. And last line from D dash to D1 dash. Here A1 dash, it comes slightly inside. So first concentrate on outer points only. Now 2 points are inside. One is C dash, one is A1 dash. We'll start with A1 dash. Identify whether this A1 dash is nearer to observer or it is below axis line. If it is nearer to observer, this point is visible. So all three lines will be continuous. So here A1 is nearer to observer. So all the three lines which comes to A1 will be continuous. Which are the three lines? We can refer this first diagram again. One from D1 to A1, B1 to A1, A to A1. So we'll draw three lines. One from D1 to A1, B1 to A1, A to A1. All three lines will be continuous. So moving on to last point, C dash. Again observe from here. C is away from observer or it is above axis line. Since it is away from observer, all three lines will be dotted. Identify which are the three lines. Refer first diagram again. One from C to D, B to C, C to C1. So one line from D to C, it will be dotted. B to C dotted again. And last from C to C1. All three lines will be dotted. So after completing this entire diagram, connect O to O1 using thin axis line. O1 are axis lines, so connect these 2 points using thin chain type of line like this. Line dot, line dot, line dot. That should be thin line. These continuous lines and these dotted lines will be thick. And after completing this entire drawing, you can check whether drawing is perfect or not. So I told you during my previous video, 2 continuous lines should never intersect. Similarly, 2 dotted lines should never intersect. So here, there is one continuous line. So this intersecting line should be dotted. By mistake, if you draw this line as continuous, That means here two continuous lines are intersecting. That should not happen. So since this is continuous, this line has to be dotted. So that completes solution of second problem, square prism in corner condition. Thank you.